Hey Aries, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings. Take what works, leave what doesn't. Check your sun, moon, rising, Venus, especially if I don't get your wavelength here, you might find it over there. We're starting with the Oracle Mystical Moments this week, and then we're going to move for an intuitive vibe. And then we're going to move to the Muse Tarot for a more traditional tarot spread, except for the Muse Tarot also opens up a lot of intuitive stuff, so it may or may not come across as very traditional. I do really enjoy the likes and comments, and especially the subscribes right now. They help other people find this channel. So if you could hit the subscribe button, that'd be cool. Let's see here. What do we have from this Oracle Mystical Moments deck? Do I have any volunteers, or am I going to have to make a selection? I'm going to have to make a selection. That's fine. Okay. Wow, lots of bigness. Big. A sense of grown-upness, too. Like grown, something's grown here. You've grown. You've grown a lot. You've grown so much that you can now touch something. You can revisit something that you had wanted before, something you had thought about before. It's time to revisit that. You've grown, you've changed, you've developed a lot, and now you can touch it. This is called abracadabra, so it does have to do with language, with using your words and communicating something and being able to communicate it and being able to make something happen through those communications. Being able to make a dream come true, a wish come true with communication. We have another communication card. My home is my castle. This is about a whole dream, a whole vision that you have, and you're really wanting to share it, wanting to communicate, wanting to share something. There's a lot more where that came from. There's a lot more ideas. You've got a whole bunch of stuff back here, but you're just kind of experimenting with, like, what's it like to communicate like this? What's it going to be like to share that? So, but you've grown. I mean, there's just a lot of growth here and a lot of ability to share. Wanting to share something, and it is going to change the dynamic. You are going to be able to achieve something that you maybe have wanted for a long time. I mean, both of these cards have such a sense of longevity behind their growth, a lot of growth. One of the mind, of the heart, everything's grown here, and they both deal with communication, and they both deal with making dreams come true, like bringing something into reality through communication, bringing a dream into reality through communication. And you've grown a lot. There's just, man, I've never noticed how parallel these cards are. I mean, there's towers in both of them. There's this whole castle area, and there's this whole castle. It's in your mind. They both have something in their hand. They're both looking towards the future. They both have this growth in the mind. See the spiral representing growth, cyclical growth. So they're having this growth in their mind. Your mind has really, you've really grown a lot as a person. And then both of the towers, it's just really cool. And this is abracadabra, and this is clearly communicating some sort of dream, some sort of vision, and making it happen, bringing an idea that you've developed actually fairly well into reality. And then we have tiny triumphs. Tiny triumphs, again, we have something in the hand here, and we have something that's grown and is big. And it grabs attention, and it grabs attention. Could be your intuition coming here, understanding something and having a little, it almost feels like the intuition is here, or that your feelings here are having a little chat with your intellect, who may have been like a little bit of a taskmaster here, monitoring this field, patrolling it. And now here your emotions come out kind of big, kind of surprising, and they're going to have a little chat here and put this guy in his place for a second. The intellect hasn't changed, it hasn't grown, it's your emotions. So maybe we're talking about emotional growth here and communicating some sort of emotional growth, because we have a lot of growth in the mind, but what's grown even more is your emotions and emotional growth that's being communicated and being shared here. So, and then moving on to the Muse Tarot for our hybrid of traditional intuitive reading. Okay. All right, Aries. This is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Oh, fascinating. Fascinating. To-do list. My goodness. What do we have here? Okay. And a lot of inspiration, a lot of intuition. So intuition is big here, as is emotions. If we take intuition and emotion, that's pretty much, yep. This is some sort of intersection between feelings, creativity, and intellect. There's some sort of intersection going on here between these three. And they all come together to make something happen in reality, which is both of these this one has more communication, but this has communication for the purpose of manifesting and bringing something into reality. And looks like that's exactly where we're going, is communicating something into reality. I love this 8 of inspiration. This is our communication card. This is bringing a lot of energy, a lot of power, a lot of force, moving forward very forcefully, very clearly. This is where you've been. This is your recent past. This movement, strong movement. I'm seeing Tina Turner legs here, like strong movement forward, like, and this momentum and communication and a sense of purpose and charging forward. And it's not even like there's like there's not a lot of, I don't want to say growth, but there's not a lot of, it's not been a fertile environment. It's not been an easy thing to charge through, to move forward, no matter what. I mean, you didn't even have the right footwear for this journey, and you moved forward with power, with grace, through a difficult time period. Oh my God, and we've got a snail here. We've got some snails at the top here. This is like, the snails are upside down, so this has all been moving very fast, very quickly, charging forward. There's our Tina Turner legs, a whole chorus line of Tina Turner legs here, moving forward. This is like a 4, I want to say horsepower, but I'm going to say Tina Turner power, movement forward of communication and power, and I mean, her voice is so powerful. And but I'm also really loving the snails upside down here, because they're really reminding me of her head. Something up here, this growth that's behind this all, this slow growth that was behind it all, and then this charging movement forward, taking that growth and moving forward very quickly, or very powerfully. In your current situation, you have 7 of emotions. There's a lot of options, a lot of things to think about, a lot of things to consider. A lot of options, trying to sort through some feelings. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want to prioritize in your life? This is like trying to figure out what you want to prioritize. What's going to be the thing that pops out, the thing that gets the growth here, because you only have so much energy to put into things. So there's something here about needing to decide what you want, where you want to put your energy. What's the best use of your energy? But I don't think you want to intellectualize it. I think you want to feel it out. And I think you might be coming into difficulty because you're trying to think it through. You're trying to create you're trying to overthink it or think it through, when in fact it's something that needs to be felt through. It's something that needs to be felt and moved through very emotionally. And this is what we're talking about here, actually. That's what I'm getting here, is this emotion needs to come out very clearly and sort of put intellect. It doesn't need to change the intellect, it just needs to be bigger than the intellect. And that's what I'm seeing in this card too, is this attempt to intellectualize what needs to be an emotional situation, an emotional decision. So the overwhelm that can come with 7 of emotions is from trying to intellectualize it, trying to figure it out and sort it out in a more intellectual way. But this is all very clearly that you need to bring your emotions into this, and you need to make this decision more emotionally than you're used to. I mean, usually we've got this corvid here who's patrolling the grounds and making sure everything makes sense, and then here we've got this quivering, exciting mass of emotions that's like, maybe it's my turn now. Maybe it's my turn. So that's where I feel like this is right now, is your emotions. Any confusion you're feeling is because you're trying to make an intellectual decision in a situation that's meant to be an emotional decision, that needs to be for your growth and more emotionally based decision. So in your inner landscape, you have Ace of Voices, hopes, fears, intuition. This is an epiphany. You're hoping for an epiphany. You're hoping for something to come in and be like, and ta-da! It all makes sense. But you've got your eye on something. But I think you're hopeful. You're hopeful that there's going to be an epiphany, a realization, an understanding. I thought you're going to see what it is you want. Like, I'm seeing this owl here, and this owl sees what it wants. It wants this mouse. Like, these two things would normally devour this mouse right here. But I think that this owl to me is about seeing what you want, knowing what you want, going for what you want here. And I think you want some inspiration, you'd like some clarity, you'd like some, what is it that you want? And it's coming in as Ace of Voices. So again, that's going to be intellectualizing something, and really thinking through something. So you'd like to have, but this can be an epiphany, a sudden epiphany. So you're either having an epiphany, but I don't think you are. I think you're wishing for an epiphany, wishing for some clarity, wishing to know exactly what you want, for that lightning bolt of insight that's like, this is what it is. This is what I want. This is the one I want to go towards. And so I think you'd like some clarity on that, which obviously that seems normal. And then as if to underscore that whole point, here we have the situation is this Queen of Inspiration, but she's in reverse. You can't see, you're not getting an intuitive hit, you're not getting an intuitive vibe, your intuition is not big, it's not coming in big, and you want to see where you should go, what you should do, how you should make this choice. You want your intuition to come in, but you're not getting an intuition. You want insight and intellect and even like exactly how to make this choice to come in and with some clarity, but you're not getting any intellectual clarity. You're not feeling any intuitive clarity. It's just all seems to be a little bit blocked. You don't know what you want. You don't know what you feel. You don't know where you're going. There's just a sense of internal confusion here. I mean, I think we can just stop with the Seven of Emotions, because these other ones are just talking about the same thing. Wanting that insight to come in, not getting clarity on how you feel and on what you want and on your intuition. This tiny triumph, this guy's not big yet. He needs to grow and be gianter, but right now it looks like he's still just a little mouse in the field that's scared of this owl and this corvid here. In your environment, you have two voices. There's something here that you can't see. You could intuit it if you were more feeling that, but you can't see it. This is just, you're wanting this insight. You're not getting this intuitive, your intuition is not telling you, it's confused. It's not bringing in that clarity that you want. And then in your environment, you have this Two of Swords, or something, Two of Voices, or something in your environment that's not allowing you to see this, to be in touch with your intuition. It's almost like, I mean, you're just like kind of moving forward without really even seeing where you're going. You can't see where this is all going. And there's something in your environment that's causing that problem. That's causing difficulty in being, I mean, our twos are an initial difficulty in this suit, right? Because it comes in with this ace of voices. You're wanting this inspired beginning, but then the two is sort of like, this is kind of wonky. It's like first steps trying to figure out this intellectual idea, this idea or something like that. But there's something in your environment that's preventing you from being able to do that. That's preventing you from getting the clarity, or maybe even asking the right questions. You may not have the right person to ask the right questions to, or it could be, coronavirus here, like creating an issue where it can't go the way it's supposed to go. So who do you ask for help, or where do you get your clarity, or where do you get your information from? There's just a blocked flow of information here. So in your current situation, you have 5 of inspiration. So this is our 5 of swords. This would typically be conflict, but the way I see it here is avoiding conflict. This could be, man, 5 of inspiration. I think this is just looking at one step after the other, in front of the other, not trying to get the overall vision of it, but just trying to take one step at a time. Not questing after vision, because there's an external constraint on this. So this is going to be our left side of the Kabbalah tree of life. And this is a difficult side. This is a difficult part. There's a lot of difficulty here. And I think where you're going through this is one step at a time. It has to do with communication, and it has to do with kind of just baby steps. You can't see the overall vision. I mean, normally I'd say because you're refusing to look at the overall vision, but we've got this 2 of voices in your environment, which means there's something in your environment that's preventing you from getting a good view, a good vision of the whole thing. So, because that's blocked, because that's barred, that we're moving into this 5 of inspiration. So normally you'd be able to look at these little portals from this desert, difficult place, and at least see some beautiful place ahead, and look at where you're going, and have a vision, have the larger vision of where you're going to go. But because that vision, this 2 of voices is here in your external, I see that vision it's not your fault. You can't see the vision. So it is just taking one step at a time, just going one step, because that overall vision isn't going to be clear. I mean, it's similar to the 7 of emotions, where there's a lot of options, a lot of ways to see this. But I think you just need to look at right where you're at right now and take the step you need to take right now. So both of these are offering quite a bit of ways to look at things, quite a bit of things to prioritize, quite a few ways to see the situation, quite a few ways to get this overall vision. But this is the one we're working on right now. We're just going to take one step. We're just going to take one step into our dream, into our vision, because we have this overall dream coming true here, but it's just this one step, and I think that's just how we're going to go. You take that one step, you take this method of going one step at a time, communicating and manifesting this dream, bringing it into reality. We get the Queen of Materials, the Queen of Manifestation, the Queen of having brought that dream into reality. And maybe it was a big dream, maybe it was wild, maybe it was a little bit crazy, but you bring it, and that's what we're getting with abracadabra. You bring this dream, you grow, you bring it to life. You bring it, I mean, we have you literally bringing it, bringing it to life. This idea, this vision that you've had, it's a little confusing right now. You're not getting the clarity you want. Something in your environment is preventing you from seeing very clearly. So you just take it one step at a time, and then it brings you to this Queen of Materials, which is you are going to accomplish what you set out to accomplish. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be gorgeous. You are going to accomplish it. It's going to be in your own way. It's going to be your own path, but it is coming in. The Queen of Materials is the Queen of Manifestation. You're going to bring a dream into reality, you're going to make it happen. You're going to make it happen, but it's going to have to be one step at a time. All right. So let's move to the Wild Kuan Yin. What do we have? Wild Kuan Yin. Okay, we'll take this one. Unique. Oh, what was I just saying? Your unique path, Queen of Materials. Uniquely you. The more we are willing to become authentic rather than conventional, the more we'll need to eschew conditioning in favor of aliveness. Be willing to run the risk of being authentic so that you can live from your heart and experience real joy. You are going to accomplish this, and it's going to be very unique to you. Yeah. But I think that's part of the whole step-by-step, is checking in with yourself, making sure you're doing this the way you want to do it and the way that it calls to you. All right, Aries. I hope you have a great week. Thanks for watching.